All right, Week 11, Cavalier Insider Preview, Andrew Ramspacher and John Shifflett. Virginia, red hot at 4-6, 2-4 in ACC, taking on North Carolina tomorrow night, 7:30 ESPN, primetime special there with the Tar Heels. North Carolina 6-4 and 3-3. And go back to UVA being red hot. We think back to last week and then the week before. 33-6 win over NC State 2 weeks ago. 41-40 shootout victory over Miami last Saturday. One of the more thrilling games ever at Scott Stadium, at least in recent memory. I guess people are believing now. There was some doubt on Mike Lennon and the staff if he could get these players to kind of improve from one season to another. All of a sudden you're seeing it, and these guys are really buying in.
Right, coming out of that bye week, completely different team. You go into the bye week, you've lost 6 in a row. Now they've won 2 in a row. Won over 2 pretty solid teams. They won one on the road in dominant fashion. Won a shootout with Miami last week. I think everyone's starting to buy in, and I think there's some hope of playing in a bowl game and beating 2 of your bigger rivals on the schedule here, North Carolina and Virginia Tech, to round out the season. I think Scott Stadium will be pretty electric tomorrow night.
Yeah, you mentioned the different ways in which they've won. Obviously, NC State, which is total domination, offense, defense, and special teams wasn't especially brutal as it has been at times this season. And then obviously last week winning in shootout variety, where the defense wasn't there all the time, came up clutch in a couple situations late. The special teams, again, had some serious gaffes, including a kickoff return touchdown to Duke Johnson. But the offense was absolutely brilliant. Michael Rocco, Phillip Sims, this 2-quarterback system. Logic tells you it's not supposed to work. It has worked so far. And especially last week, Michael Rocco was a star.
Right. It's like the revival of Michael Rocco. He came out and kind of showed that form he had last year late in the season when he led Virginia to all those wins at Miami on the road, Florida State, and he had that great game in the bowl game. Last week, everything just kind of clicked. 18 straight completions, 4 touchdown passes, 300 yards. He just looked in total command of the offense, and you wonder how much is it going to be a 50-50 split? Is it going to be a 2/3, 1/3 type split tomorrow night? It's interesting to see the way Michael Rocco played on Saturday.
Yeah, it's an interesting explanation that Coach London gives, and how we quote unquote here, it is random how they choose who goes in what series. It is not pre-planned. At least that's what Coach London told us on Monday at his press conference, which is kind of interesting, and how it's kind of ad-libbed out there. But hey, so far so good in terms of that working. But nonetheless, you mentioned all those numbers Rocco put up. Carolina isn't exactly a stranger to big numbers as well. You got Giovanni Bernard, ACC's leading rusher. Bryn Renner, he's been around for a while, the quarterback. Pretty explosive offense on their Larry Fedora's system, which UVA fans have seen before at Southern Miss. It could be a shootout tomorrow at Scott Stadium.
Absolutely. Carolina has a lot of offensive weapons at the skill positions. They run that quick spread, that no huddle spread type offense that puts defenses off balance, and they've been putting up big numbers all year. So I think Virginia's going to have to score probably 30, 35 points tomorrow night to pull out a win. That's certainly what it's looking like.
Okay, so we'll get to prediction time now, and we will bring in a guest kind of celebrity, our ode to College Game Day, and the guest celebrity pickers here this week. We'll bring him in here just a little bit. Let's go with you first, though, John. Scott Stadium has had some serious magic there on Thursday nights before. It's senior night. There's a lot of, all kinds of vibes going in, 2-game win streak, a lot of things going on. Can UVA keep this run going and take down the Tar Heels?
I think so. They've got all the momentum right now. They're coming off a big win. Scott Stadium, there's something magical about Scott Stadium on a Thursday night. They always seem to be up for those games. I think they'll get it done, and they'll be playing Virginia Tech for a bowl bid next week in Blacksburg.
Okay, I said today in my preview, Daily Progress, UVA would win the type of shootout, 38-34. I just think they really got something going. I think Senior Day does add something to it, and as we mentioned, there's been some serious magic here on Thursday nights before. I think it continues. So I got UVA winning this one, 38-34. It sets up a winner-take-bowl situation potentially next week at Lane Stadium, as you mentioned. So now we'll bring in our celebrity picker, and this is all in the family here. My father, Jerry Ramspacher, who is in for the week for a circumstance we will not explain, but nonetheless, we'll get your pick here, Dad.
Well, I'm going to blow it away. Okay, I see Virginia 51-35. I just hope they don't score too many because they need some for next week as well.
There you have it. Here first, 51-35. So you go with the shootout. Obviously, he read today's story in Daily Progress that mentioned the thought of shootout, which was written by someone he knows very well. So with that, we will wrap up our Cavalier Insider Week 11 preview. For John Shifflett, for my father, Dre Ramspacher, for what you read behind the camera, I'm Andrew Ramspacher. We'll see you soon, maybe tomorrow night on the field. We'll see with deadlines, but nonetheless, we'll see you soon.